Good afternoon, folks. Fox It Outdoors here, also known as Cliff. It is Wednesday afternoon. It's 6:30. We're looking at about 65, 70 degrees today. It's a little breezy, but honestly, it has been absolutely fantastic out here today. Figured I'd do a quick little video update on what has been going on. First and foremost, before I get to that, I will say in advance, I am sorry for the shaky camera. I can't find my tripod, so I have to do this all freehand, so it's going to be a little bit wigglier than normal. But yeah, so we've got nothing happening in the lettuce or the carrot pot other than them growing. I did not find two of my garlic that I planted in here, so I had another bulb that I planted there, and then I had an empty spot here, which you can see I planted another one. It's already starting to grow really well. This guy down here is taking off really slowly, but I do now have my, I think, 22 of these. Yep, my 22 garlic in here. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to put up there, but I think I'm just going to put peas and try to get the peas to climb up my trellis frame here. Have not done what I needed to do with the sifting on this guy. Still have my bean in there, hasn't done anything, but I found out I have another guy in the corner back there. So I got 9 of these in there. There's also one back here in the corner over here. He's hiding back here. I got another one down there. So I got 3 here, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 for my main ones. Mint is going. Lettuce, carrots, and onions are going. I've been flooding this thing. I flooded the heck out of it today, so it is just kind of sitting in its own water. Notice I have no drain ports on that side, no drain port there, no drain port there, and no drain port on that side. So I'm just kind of letting it flood, doing it on purpose. I've got my pecan tree. Haven't done anything with my tomato planter yet, and I've been working on my my deeper one over here. As you can see, it's just a tad bit wet over here. I was testing out the drain. There's going to be a little bit of an echo. I'm sorry, because I'm next to a wall. But essentially, I have a drain system down there that drains. Let me get you around the other side, because I don't know if my camera's going to try to flip on me or not. But essentially, that drain goes into that crack right there, drains into the rocks. Unfortunately, it does drain against the back wall here, so I'm going to have to fill that with dirt. But yeah, I've got about 1.5 to 2 inches of water in this thing. But what I'm doing here, as you can see, I've got leaves in there now. But I am filling this up with sticks, branches, bark, you name it. I'm trying to shove it in there, do the hugelkultur method. I'm going to get a couple more, might actually get a little bit more layer of leaves in here, throw my cardboard down, maybe throw a layer of mulch, and then start filling that with dirt. Although I'm going to try to be honest, I'm going to go fill it with dirt when I get to about here on the level. Because once that stuff all packs down, once I get the dirt on there and get some water on it, it's going to start sinking. And then I got to wait about 3-4 months, give or take, before it settles all the way. I have done, absolutely nothing back here. Sorry, folks. I've been working out in the dust all day. But anyways, watered all these guys. I got to level them out a little bit more. These are extremely unlevel. All the water runs to this end and that end, so I got backsides are high, so I got to drop those down. I've watered everything over here. Watered all that stuff back there. That's my empty planter, which is going up front. I've got my 2 barrels back there, which I need to work on. And just essentially got everything else back here that needs to be just taken care of. I got to get all the weeds out of here. There's tons of them in there. But yeah, there's my shadow. Look, folks. Hi. Can tell by the shadow that it is getting late in the evening. Like I'm standing probably from where the top of that shadow's at, or where that container is over there. I'm probably about 30 feet away from it. So yeah. Yeah. Oh man, the back of my neck is toasted. I can feel it. It's all dry. I should have worn my my safari hat. But anyways, going back to the main project over here. We have absolutely nothing really new going on up front. We got carrots carroting. I've actually got some good sized ones in here. I'm going to wait till these are all done for the season. I'm going to dig it out, kind of sift out some of the dirt, add a little bit of nutrients or revitalize or invigorate my soil. And then I'm just working on getting this. You guys will notice something a slight bit different here. I've got my archway on the end and on the end over here. Normally I have the two here, and this is the end that's empty. And you'll also notice I no longer have my posts, my yellow posts here. I moved them. I am getting this ready for its major upgrade. You'll have to give me a second, folks. Idiots in their base. But anywho's, I got more carrots in here. I'm going to wait for these ones to do their thing for the season, or I'm just going to leave them in there. But yeah, my garlic is the one I got to really worry about. That screen that I'm going to put over here, my trellis system's about 3 feet wide. So I have to wait or move my garlic, which is going to be unfortunate, but I'll see what happens when I yank it. But yeah, essentially what I'm going to have is from about right here, about in the middle of this, to the middle, right about there is going to have an archway, and it's going to come up and over. It's going to go down by the side of the fence. And I'm going to grow more vine-style things, beans, cucumbers, zucchini, stuff like that. I'm going to grow them on there. Garlic, absolutely going fantastic. I have missed a few of them, have not sprouted, or have not managed to poke their way through the thick layer of hay that I got on here. I'm missing one that goes here, 2 in there. Looks like I'm missing 1 here, 1 at the end here, and almost that entire 2 rows. I'm missing almost everything, as you can see. That whole space is empty except for the 3 on the end, which I'm actually missing 1 on that end too. So I'm missing about 15 of these things, as I planted them every about 3-4 inches, I think. But to be honest, it's really hard to tell because of the way they grew through the hay. But yeah, there you have it. It's looking like little sad grass, but it's working. Then my other pecan tree, this one's doing real well. Hasn't quite taken off yet, but it will once the weather warms up. I'm just making a nice little ring around it so it doesn't drown out the bottom. Most of that's all air gap, but there is a little bit of dirt in there. But yeah, essentially this guy right here, this whole thing is going to be taken out, and it will be going right in there. My neighbor's home. So I haven't worked on anything yet over here, but this archway is coming out, and then I'm going to make 2 more at the end. They're going to go from the end of this to the fence. So you guys can see here, let me show you what I'm planning on doing. Lots of traffic today all of a sudden, I don't know why. So there's my walkway right there. So I'm going to have the archway is going to go from here up and over to the fence. So I got to go buy like 8 T-posts, nail them in the ground. Those guys are doing well, except for they were completely covered in aphids today. And now the ants are over here trying to eat them. But yeah, these are my, yeah, see, look. Tons of them little shits on here. But they'll die off anyways. I'll probably end up killing all that stuff off and planting new stuff. Nothing new over in this section. Moved all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Mint is going real well. Lots of weed, don't worry. Yanked it out from over here. But other projects here, I've got like 6 projects going on all at once, and I don't know why I do this. I should do one project and finish it and then start another one, but I like doing multiple projects at once. It keeps me on my toes. My little plant is getting ready to go here. I'm going to untie it soon in the next couple of weeks, and then it'll start taking off real well. Strawberries are doing well. I go through and every once in a while I pick off all the dead stuff. So anything that's crispy, dry, dying off, I pull it off so my plants can thrive. My bunching onions getting absolutely monstrous over here. Those annoying plants that infected most of my greenhouse with aphids, they're now out here. And I'm looking at them and they seem to be aphid free at the moment. So that is a plus. I don't have to worry about those doing anything. I've got this almost just about ready and set. I'm going to add a little bit of fertilizer to that. Either some mushroom compost or maybe some manure. I'm going to mix it in there and get that one ready. I haven't quite figured out what I'm going to do with this planter just yet. Last year I had the beans and peas, the Kentucky Wonder pole beans in there. They didn't do much, so yeah. I don't know what I'm going to put in there this year. It will be a questionable test. Either that or you guys can let me know what you'd like to see me put in there down in the comment section below once this video is posted. Usual mix of stuff that I sift out of my stuff. So I've got finer mulch and thicker mulch. My columbine plant is doing fantastic over here. I got another little guy growing down here in the corner right there. That little dude there, I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna let it grow and see what it turns into. Down here I have an absolute plethora of just BS because it is trash. Stock wall and my growing shelf, which is currently at the moment a storage shelf. Nothing spectacular over here. I did actually fix my greenhouse, so I no longer have a piece of plywood over here. What I ended up doing is I got a piece of aluminum, 90-degree aluminum, and I just screwed it onto the bottom over here. I'm going to do that with the rest of the panels. So I got to go get more of that. And that'll keep my panels from actually blowing out of the greenhouse, which will be absolutely fantastic. And then we've got the greenhouse tour as usual. I'll go slow for you guys so you can see everything in here. But nothing really new in here. Just got my plants are growing real well. Peppers, my yellow ghosts are doing fantastic over there. All of this greenery that you see sticking up from the top here is from this plant down here. That is my parsley plant, and this thing has gone absolutely mad nuts in here. It has taken off and essentially taken over my entire corner here. If this thing was outside, it'd be about 3 feet tall. Like, just straight up. It's bent half in some spots. I got my potatoes over here that I need to plant. Oh, you know what? Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll plant those in that container. Unless you guys have another suggestion. But parsley up here as well. Parsley everywhere over here. Onions going fantastic. I've got a couple of seeds on there. You guys can kind of probably see them right there. I'll harvest those and try to plant those. My canna. This is an African bush plant, whatever, African flower. This thing does absolutely fantastic in my climate, and it is thriving like crazy over here. I planted this last year and now I have like 12 of those in there off of one bulb. More onions. These ones were, I forgot the name of them. They started with an Elysiums. Those are my Elysiums down there, the little white flowers. Petunias, and surprisingly Cosmos. Had to stake the Cosmos up because they were bent down, but I had to trim this guy back big time. Oregano, I think that's my Italian oregano, along with that down there. Onions, my one parsley or basil plant. My 4 garlic testers that I've been running out in here. They're kind of small, but so are the bulbs that I planted. Hence the reason why these 4 are a test. This is also another test because I was bored. So I just stuck one whole graft of garlic in here, one garlic bulb. And I'm going to see what happens. I still have my one onion back here. And my technically 3 eggplants. I don't know. They'll do something. They didn't get very big in the winter times, during the winter, so I'm just going to leave them and see what they do. And I can't remember if that was an onion or a bunching onion that just randomly grew in there, but more bunching onions as always. I'm going to trim these down once the flowers are done. If I don't get anything off of them, I'll trim them down so they can just continue to grow. And my little rose bush down here is actually doing really well. He's actually getting bigger. That one was stunted in its pot. It was not doing so well, so I transplanted it, and it seems to be doing well in here. Although I should take it out, spray off all the bugs. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is actually like spider webbing on that. Sorry, this thing doesn't want to focus. Come on. But yeah, you can see right there is a little bit of spider webbing. Some sort of bug, so I'm going to have to spray that off. But yeah, all of this is actually new growth right here, so I'm happy. Strawberries are strawberrying, as always. These guys are doing fantastic. And then my citrus trees, my 2 citrus trees that have survived. I have my Mayer lemons and my Mexican lime tree. And yes, it is an actual Mexican lime tree. I'm not just saying that to be funny. The tagged box that I got this out of literally said Mexican lime tree. I got my 1 bell pepper plant back here, still actually producing. Rosemary has gone absolutely hog wild in here. This thing's about twice as wide as when I put it in here. And it's actually growing through the rack. You can see the rosemary just chilling in the corner over there. Probably about 8 inches above the actual shelf. Oh yeah, and I forgot my other, this is my garlic chives, I should say. And then my carrots down here are actually doing pretty good. I got one really good sized one in here. I'm just waiting to pull that one out, but it's not ripe yet. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on in here. And then at the end of this year, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop this shelf down to the ground so I can stick some of my taller plants back under here. So if I ever have to overwinter plants again, if I do my bell peppers again, I can get them in these pots, and I should be able to get 3 or 4 planters down there. I might even lower this shelf that's here down 1 more, just so I can get some slightly taller plants in there. Or I might actually just raise this shelf up. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below what you think I should do with that middle shelf. Raise it, lower it, what should I do? Ow! Almost tripped on my compost bucket. But yeah, so once again, overview of the greenhouse. I got to get my water bucket back in here as well. And then that is my fertilizer bucket. So that is actually some Miracle-Gro plant and veggie fertilizer mix. I got to do that every about 2-3 weeks. I have to add that to my stuff. Yep, strawberries down here. That one's still keeping my door closed from the wind. And then I'm going to probably transplant this cottonwood tree somewhere else just to get rid of it. And you can see here my chives. Garlic chives, I believe these ones were, have completely come back for the most part. Despite the fact that I cut them down to the ground and pretty much killed the plant. Somehow it survived. Oh yeah, and then this here is my other project. I just planted green arrow bush peas. I put 2 in here, 2 in there. I haven't gotten anything in here. I haven't figured out what I'm going to put in here, but I'm thinking I might just try my artichokes. I'm going to I'll probably put 6 in here just to see which ones grow, which ones don't grow. But yeah, this is going to be my final project more or less for the day. Unless I get something else going, because as you can see, I'm kind of running out of sunlight over here. I got about an hour, give or take, and then the sun's gone. It might be an hour and a half. But thank you, folks, for coming with me on this gloriously fun adventure of gardening updates in the Fox Garden / mini homestead.